Hi, my name is Susan Katz, and I am the author of 10 books. And I'm going to read you today ABC Schools for Me. And so this book is illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. She's the illustrator, and I'm the author, Susan B. Katz. And it was published by Scholastic, and I have their permission as the author to read the book to you. So I'm going to do that. And there are these wonderful bears that are having snack time, circle time. Can you see them? Just like you probably do in your class. And that's what Lynn used as the characters for this book. So it says, alphabet from A to Z. Books that are just right for me. Crayons for coloring in my hand. Dump trucks playing in the sand. That's right. I bet you guessed that. Eating snack around the rug. Friends who share a hello hug. Glue sticks for some glitter art. I love this page with the glitter. Hats hang in the dress-up cart. Have you played dress-up before? I know a lot of kids love to play dress-up. Imagination thinking cap. Put on your thinking cap. You definitely use your imagination. Jumping rope across the map. You know, some schools have like a map of the United States or a map of the world on the ground. Kitchen during free choice hour, letter blocks that build a tower. Magnets to be traced in pen, numbers I can count to 10. That's right, I bet you guessed that. Opposites like yes and no. Paper puppets and Play-Doh. Quacks while tapping duck, duck, goose. Have you played duck, duck, goose before? I used to love that when I was a kid. Rabbit's cage is coming loose. Scissors, scraps upon the floor. Teacher waiting by the door. That's right, I bet you guessed that too. Upstairs for our read aloud. Visit to the potty proud. Water fountain, wait in line. Xylophones at music time. Yellow school bus, coats on racks. Zipping up our big backpacks, that's right. Learning ABCs is clever. We'll remember them forever. So because I'm doing a special author visit, reading ABC Schools for Me to you, I also got some questions that you sent me that I'm going to answer. So one of the questions I had was, when did you know you wanted to become a writer? So I actually have a shirt that says, let's see if I can say it, it says writer. And I have known that I wanted to become a writer since I was in school. I wrote my first book in kindergarten. So some of the age of some of you. And that book was about my dog, Ginger. I had a collie growing up who looked a lot like Lassie from the TV show. And we got her a doghouse, and she didn't want to go into the doghouse. And so I wrote a book about how Ginger would not go in her doghouse. And then I put wallpaper on the cover. So that was a long time ago. We used to put wallpaper on the cover. We didn't have computers when I was that little. And so then I started in fourth grade. I started writing lots of poetry. My teacher took us out to this tree, this weeping willow tree on our schoolyard, and we sat on these rocks underneath the weeping willow tree and we wrote poetry. And in middle school, I entered a contest of a poem about my grandmother, and I won the contest, the Detroit Free Press contest. And then in high school, I wrote all my speeches in rhyme. So I've always loved writing in rhyme, and I've been writing since I was younger, and I love it. And I think of ideas all the time and words. I love the way words sound when they rhyme or they have alliteration, they begin with the same letter. Why did you write the ABC book? Well, I actually wrote, I'll show you, my first book ever was called ABC Baby Me. So it was also an ABC book. And I wrote this book the day my twin nephews were born, and I was flying from Michigan to California to meet them. And they're 12 now, they're in middle school. So it was a long time ago that I wrote this book. And then I wanted a sequel to that book. So ABC Schools for Me is kind of when they get older and they're in preschool or elementary school, kindergarten, first grade, second grade. What do you do in school? And I was a teacher for a long time. So I thought about all the things that we do in school. And what was my favorite book as a kid? I loved Dr. Seuss as a kid. So I loved Green Eggs and Ham. And I loved also Harold and the Purple Crayon. That was one of my favorite books too. But Dr. Seuss is my favorite author when I was a kid. I loved all the rhyme, all the silliness, and his illustrations. How did I come up with the name of my ABC book? Well, my editor helped me come up with it because originally it was a counting book. So I was 1, 2, 3 schools for me. And then we made it an ABC book. So we made it ABC schools for me. And then who helped me with the pictures? So my illustrator did the pictures. And actually, interestingly enough, the illustrator and the author aren't allowed to talk to communicate except through our editor. So while the book's being made, they don't want us to influence their creativity. So they didn't want me to say to her, can you make the bear have a purple dress or whatever? So we weren't allowed to talk, but she did ask me, like the jumping rope across the map. She didn't know what I had in mind for that. So she emailed the editor, and then the editor emailed me, and I gave some images for that. And she said, oh, okay, I understand now. So, but she's phenomenal. And yeah, all of my illustrators have been great. So thank you so much to Adopt a Class, and I hope you enjoyed ABC Schools for me. And it's SusanKatzBooks.com is my website, and I hope we have new books coming out in the fall. And here's one of the new books that's coming out in the fall called Meditation Station. So that's a book you can look out. Also rhymes, more bears. Lots of my illustrators make bears. And thank you very much.